Luke chapter 2 verses 41 to 52. Open our hearts, O Lord, to listen to the words of your Son. Each year Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the feast of Passover, and when he was 12 years old, they went up according to festival custom. After they had completed its days, as they were returning, the boy Jesus went behind in Jerusalem, but his parents did not know it. Thinking that he was in the caravan, they journeyed for a day and looked for him among their relatives and acquaintances, but not finding him, they returned to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions, and all who heard him were astounded at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished, and his mother said to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been looking for you with great anxiety." And he said to them, "Why were you looking for me? Did you not know that I must be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he said to them. He went down with them and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them, and his mother kept all these things in her heart. And Jesus advanced in wisdom and age and favor before God and man. As you can see, Mary and Joseph were devout Jews who journeyed from Nazareth to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover, and to pray in the temple. The Passover was the opening day feast of the 7-day Feast of Unleavened Bread. Typically, when people were returning home from Jerusalem, the men walked with men and the women with women. The children were often found in the company of the women, but that was dependent upon their age. A 12-year-old could be found in either group. Therefore, Mary and Joseph did not immediately realize that Jesus was missing until the evening of the first day, when families would be reunited for the evening meal and sleeping. After 3 days they found him in the temple courts. The 3 days refers to the time since they had left Jerusalem until the time they found him. They had traveled 1 day's journey away from the city. It took them a 2nd day to return to Jerusalem, and they found him on the following day. Some biblical scholars liken these 3 days of absence to the resurrection. Mary and Joseph, just like the disciples, thought they had lost him. Mary and Joseph, just like the women at the tomb, didn't know where he was. But unlike Mary and Joseph, the disciples didn't find Jesus, he found them in the upper room. Verse 46, sitting among the teachers, is a reference to temple priests, rabbis, theologians, and biblical scholars. And when they saw him, they were astonished, and his mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us so? Behold, your father and I have been looking for you anxiously." When Mary calls Joseph his father, Jesus responds with, "How is it that you sought me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" Jesus was pointing out his in heaven, and the temple was a physical symbol of his Father's house. Joseph was Jesus' earthly father, his adopted father, but not his real father. Because of this statement, it can be said at the age of 12 Jesus knew that he was the Son of God. He would now be submissive to his earthly parents' wishes until he reached the necessary age of priesthood before preaching his true Father's word, and doing what his true Father wished, which eventually would lead him to the cross. Jesus died for you in the public, don't live for him in private. Tell others of all the good things he has done for you.